take us through the next map.
Yeah, no worries. We'll do our very best for you, and we'll be jumping in on this one. It looks like ENTROPIQ will be starting out on the defensive side, and on the attack will, of course, be Guild. And I kind of want to follow on from what we were saying, the Hypoc. For me, it's very much, I want to see Guild playing to their own tune here. I want them to have the plans, to stick to them, to not be kind of thwarted off them. And for, obviously, ENTROPIQ, their plan is to disrupt that, be disruptive, be that team to be a nuisance on this. So again, I want to see if Guild can play to the skill level that we attach to them. It's an interesting kind of conversation to certainly have, but for now, certainly a little less frenzies coming out to play. We still see one towards, obviously, Law there, and Safe with the other for now.
Obviously, a big one to look. I was just looking back at through the previous one. Guild obviously winning out both pistols on Haven. You got to say that, especially when you come to a 13-11 scoreline, right? So again, maybe looking for ENTROPIQ to try something, mix things up a little bit now with a different map in terms of the pistol rounds.
Ready a mid-take, but look at this kind of scenario on towards B. Look at the stack they've gone for. The defensive side. I'm kind of interested by this. It looks like it's to try and set into motion a little bit of information play, but Safe's going to find one, not necessarily for free, but he does find Law eventually, and there's that split coming in through middle. And now that's going to isolate the final player. This is a very, very well-constructed pistol round coming out from Guild so far. And I thought there was a bit of a counterplay in motion from ENTROPIQ, that kind of three-play stack, if maybe they'd given up middle, expecting the plays to come through from there. But as it stands, they kind of got overwhelmed by it, and now just two left alive.
Here.
Tristan of the Sheriff, so we'll wait and see how disciplined Guild players. I see Taimu just going to try and full-on bait for him. I see Guild will pick up the flawless pistol round here, and I think you're absolutely right. Again, that stack, if you're going to invest 3 over towards B site, you need to kind of make something happen. I'm not sure if they caught contact in mid, but at that point, try and isolate Safe in B main. Try and take control of B main so that they have it for the post plant, right? It's a little weird to see kind of 3 players stacked up on top of each other and them not make a play off the back of that.
Yeah, not sure if maybe, as said, maybe they expected maybe a couple more through that kind of B main approach, but as said, stack out towards A, and if, again, you are a Guild fan, you're looking for them to kind of go through the protocols, clear methodically, clear cleanly, not fall into a stack. And as it stands, they look like they're postured up for that. There has been zero contact, zero noise, zero anything towards that B site. So if they continued on that path, they'd be in a really good position to go forward. However, Safe's gonna be checked on here. They are coming through. Let's see if there was a step made. Safe now.
Recalling my
No info directly off this, but I think they're trying to feel out this stack, and they're clearing mid as we speak, so Guild going through the motions, but if they continue on this path, that spike is going up short for now, it looks like.
They're going to redeploy his tower. They did catch sight of one player. The fault line comes through, and Safe actually might get isolated here. Doesn't know. Leo's there to back him up. Yassine does fall in response, though. Brings it to a 4v3 in favor of Guild. I think they only noted one more player the side of ENTROPIQ here. The Aldrone going out straight away is going to give away Taimu's position, but Safe decides not to force the issue onto that. Left. Look at the minimap, though. Look at this. ENTROPIQ actually swinging back towards top mid at least.
That breach. If they can buy time, if they can slow them down here, Twiston's gone down. If they'd bought a little bit more time, it's over now, but that breach could have maybe been on that big flank and done some dirty damage, but it's not to be. Spike to be planted, one player lost so far. I don't know if there's any guns to be nabbed away. It looks like the Spectre's out for now. Maybe just looking for exits at this point. A little piggy.
But I like this though, right? So we were talking about this just in the break and how scrappy some of those rounds on Haven seemed. Guild looked like they're playing, obviously off the back of this round 2 conversion, anticipating maybe, you know, a stack or some funky weaponry. Because Leo will find hip finally, but Guild now a way more disciplined approach. Some of those rounds on Haven where ENTROPIQ were on a terrible buy and Guild was just trying to force the issue. That was where we saw Haven just become a little chaotic at times.
Yeah, and money-wise, 1 kill garnered so far for ENTROPIQ. And the money should be pretty comfy for Guild, but we'll see what buy they come into this round with. Traditionally, obviously, they are outgunned in this one at least, if the economy stays true. And it does seem as though they'll be with the two Bulldogs and Frenzy for Bonker at the moment.
I mean, it's not terrible for a bonus round, to be honest. It's as decent a matchup in terms of equipment you're going to get for round 3. And obviously,
like that.
Standing ahead.
Actually, Entropiq, all 3. 2 drifting towards top mid. Actually, Guild going to find their entry onto A's site. You're seeing we'll upgrade a weapon to now 5 rifles on the side. And actually, Draken all the way at top mid. Look at that on the minimap. He's going to find both of those kills. Just leaves Timer in mid now. Safe still all the way over towards B lobby. Hell, Timer actually does come out on top of that 1v1.
Spike planted.
And this is actually down to 2 members of Entropiq. They might try and save these weapons out safe.
Here.
He's actually in between Twistin and Taimu. Again, 1 more kill for Entropiq here. Again, it's almost worthwhile if you're going to lose out in round 3. You see Taimu just holding these short exits.
But the power of, let's say... Oh, hold on, Taimu might get checked on here. They're retaking mid. Have a little look. Raze looks to be the one to find it. You see Taimu peeking towards CT side. Yeah. Okay, gun's been taken away. That's some really good upgrades as well. Gonna get those Vandals for free off the back of the Bulldogs, potentially. However they want to spread it out. But again, credit there to Draken for playing out somewhat of a default. So they had obviously the A hit. It was like, I think 3 players heading towards A. And then you kind of standard protocol of having, you know, maybe 1 player watching that B flank, which we did. And then you had obviously Draken towards top mid, just making sure no one can go on that flank. I really like that approach. Again, making sure that none of those spanners that we kind of put towards Entropiq can be put into play. It's a really good approach for me. So I like that. For now, as we said, the economy, not a good spot, though, for Entropiq. They're down to Sheriff's, bit of light armor here or there. They might try and get a little fruity with it, try and get up in mid, try and find some cheeky picks, but they should be outgunned pound for pound by the Vandals coming out.
Careful.
That's the 3-man stack in mid, falling back now, and 3 of them coming back towards market. Onka gonna grab the orb, it's gonna give it a little audio cue away to Entropiq. But not gonna do any damage. Actually, Guild swinging back over towards mid now. Twister's backed all the way offshore as well, and he's... Yeah, I mean, they're all the way out. Draken's actually going to find Hip eventually. That's going to let Entropiq know what's up. We just switched off their Law. We'll find 1 Leo. We'll quickly trade that back through. Twistin did find that kill on short onto safe. And Leo actually going to go right up onto time. He's going to find Apo as well. Both kills come through. Now Twistin finds himself in a 1v3.
Did get himself the Vandal, though, but no armor to play with, so that sustain is kind of lacking. But maybe another pick could come through, but you can see already that Sage is watching this with eyes trained. I don't think they're going to get much of a step here. No, Leo's happily perched up on the wall, and I kind of felt that was an overstep, and I don't think you had to push all that way through those B-halls. I think just taking that control, falling off that, again, you're playing with pistols, right? So you're always trying to find the scraps of information, any way to give you a slight edge. Because I felt like once they got those picks, they re-engaged towards B. I'd have loved to see in the initial plan whether it was a walk mid, an A lean, who knows what they were going to go for. But obviously off the back of that pick, again from Draken, the guy's playing really nicely here. It's like a safe pair of hands. 4 kills. It's nothing to write home about, but the kills he's getting are the ones that are keeping safety in play. I like that. Op coming out to play, though, for the defensive side, and it's not gone well to start with. Jet, though, opting to run it is going to be Twistin. And, oh, Hip, that's perfect. That's 1, no call to be made. What? Oh, the whiff on the second. Unfortunate work for Hip, but the intention was right. But now, Entropiq have a good shot of this round. It is still a 3v4. The op is still in play, but the spike's to be planted, and now the site's under control.
You do have the showstopper here, should they need it. A very strong post-plant setup. Obviously, still waiting on those rotations coming in from Entropiq. They're looking like they're going to back all the way, actually twisting all the way back over towards B site, at least try and save the operator. And the other 2 players, again, going to give this up. Yeah, I mean, if Hip just finds 1 more, and if it was Leo, that removes the revive from the equation altogether. Unfortunate there, the spray just eluding him.
For now, at least going to keep that op into play. Entropiq very much had a realistic shot at that. As said, the difference a kill could have made there.
Okay, so this is another thing, and we've talked about the kind of different situations in which we see the operator be kind of a burden on the economy. Right there, a 3v4 save. If he has a rifle, do you? Because I actually think they don't, but because the operator is one of those surviving players, it's almost the default becomes, yeah, we got to go save. Like they've got side control, we can't retake here. We've got to go swap out a Vandal to actually have a shot of retaking here. Yes, they can buy back in, keeping 3 alive, but I think that the impact it has on decision making sometimes is really weird.
It was a conversation point back in the day with NIP in Counter-Strike. A really interesting way they kept control of the economy was forcing players to stick on the lower buys, forcing around things like the op, and a good trade out on short though. A 2-for-2 trade, Yassine does get the better of Taimu in the end, so the spike is recovered and they fall away from this. Now, 3v3, attacking side will be able to over and outnumber players on whichever site they go to as it stands. So we'll see where they decide to opt towards. For now, Killjoy kind of taking time. These two going to bide theirs as well. No one really in a rush here. Still 50 seconds on the map. That was an early exchange on that short aggression. Now, Jet did have the op before. I assume they still do. I feel like you could leave Jet posted up on this any way you'd want and kind of leave that Omen to roam on short. Yeah, you could do the same with Cypher, right? Like, that's the one bonus of Cypher. They are very self-sustaining. But Safe is going to put that Cypher to the test, already showing a lot of presence, trying to get that attention, maybe draw the additional man away from A, away from middle, and head over towards A site themselves.
And Entropiq don't seem to be budging though. Safe as much noise as he can. Spy cam actually being posted up there means that Entropiq know that the hit wasn't coming through, and now an audio cue actually going to be given away. And the ball as well. 13 seconds on the clock here. Twisting just got to run the clock down, to be honest with you. Actually going to go for the repick. He will find Leo. Spike will get planted, but Yassine actually gets the nade kill, and there you go. Spike down on site now, and that lurk from Safe will be the demise of Guild in this round at least. Entropiq will post their first. Safe will find a constellation kill. I think I just heard them retrieve the operator. Yep, they will save the operator through.
5-1 though. I'm honestly surprised that Entropiq didn't bite into that Killjoy bait, but I guess it was a little obvious, just the kind of pre-firing everywhere, putting it all down. Really good, I guess, intuition from Entropiq to not bite on that, and you could see the kind of patient play from Laura and Twisted even finding one peeking out of that smoke. I was quite surprised, because I feel as though they use that wall as a way to kind of peek into the off angle without kind of, you know, making it a freebie for an op. So, Twisted up and above.
Yeah.
That's info, but it's certainly not a kill.
Hunter's Fury also pop through this way. Bonko actually going to catch one of those. Taimu. Twisted now. Did pop the Blade Storm to have a little look above. Like you said, not seeing anybody might actually lure him into a little bit of a false sense of security. Oh no, if Bonko crosses back over here.
Raze is the problem, yeah. Raze was the bigger threat.
Yeah, I was going to say, Yassine was closer by. Of course, he couldn't close the distance to get that kill. Again, knowing it's an operator, Yassine really has a good opportunity to find that pick.
Force back the op, which is the main name of the game for them, but Taimu's going to pick up the mantle already. Yassine's gone down in the re-aggression, taking back control towards A. They can post the op back up here now if they want to, but they have to be careful around the rest of the map. They have no vision towards middle. They haven't had for a while. They could play it off for short, but Taimu seemingly becomes aware that, okay, short's a little vulnerable here. Where are they planning to go in this? Omen finds nothing, has a little look towards those B halls. They are actively looking for info here. Now the attacking side looking like this could be a B pinch, at least for now. That breach sitting pretty passive, wall goes up, so now that's going to at least kind of cut off one avenue of approach. That Sage can keep track and does. Leo's being instrumental in this, and now Twiston just behind the A-ball. He's not going to be able to get there. Spike now going to be toyed with 13 seconds. Make it 10. This is going to be very late in the day. Biding time is the name of the game, and that's what they're going to try and do, but that's one kill. Spike does go down. Where is the Spike in play? It's not been recovered. Twiston just needs to play the time so well, and does. And yes, in the chaos, it was indeed Entropiq to keep their cool.
Wow. Again, as soon as the paranoias get traded out, surprisingly, I don't think anybody got blinded off the back of them. So it just came an all-out brawl. I mean, they did it pretty well to even find this first entry there, but the fact that one stays alive there, Twiston kind of makes use of that distraction,
done.
to be honest with you, to get down and find 2 kills with this Blade Storm. And one of them being the spike, right? At that point, they're forced to commit to planting. And this is a talking topic in between maps, right? You run the clock that late, you need to have all of your objectives lined out for you.
God, I can't believe it. Golden Boys joined us in chat. I'm nervous. I don't know what to do. And it looks like ENTROPIQ knows what they want to do. A little bit of a play towards middle. You can see on the other side Draken doing something similar, but he's got to re-clear as he goes. You know, Short's going to be a potential threat. He has to be very careful on these angles. He's got safe with him. So should be able to take their time here. And we've seen these two being the traditional players to catch that lurk. Catch anyone trying to maybe make a flank around. Now Bonka, you're seen. Looking for that way forward. We still have 3 players very present towards A. They have not caused a single rotation yet. That Omen pretty happy towards mid as well for the defensive side. You've seen someone try and clear, but this is still going to be a hard hit. Twiston has not been moved. Spammed out, sure, but Jet can readjust just fine. And you're seeing going to pile on forward. Does just do one. The attacking Killjoy trying to get involved here. Twiston is still operating yet. The crossfire holds. Unable to move anyone away. Safe is a little too late to the party.
Going to try and follow up on his lockdown here. One player in hell. He's going to find that headshot onto Apo, actually. The Nano will potentially clear him out of that corner, but Taimu holds the line. We'll clean that one up. A really, really nice hold for ENTROPIQ. And just coming back to the operator discussion, right? If you're going to invest that, you need to find value with it. And right, that's a perfect example, right? Finding 2 picks on the way in there, especially in a round where Safe invests the lockdown to pretty much hold down that site, hit solo.
Yep.
I mean, off the back of just one weapon. A massive, massive win for ENTROPIQ. Safe actually gonna buy an operator of his own back on this round. Yeah, I did spot the Odin purchase as well. Straight away, you look towards the minimap. Yeah, posted B lane. Yeah, of course.
No worries with that. Keep your eyes if any damage gets done, it would be on maybe Raze or Twiston. That's a little aggy there. That's a little aggy. That's a lot of presence noted. Now they have to again re-clear pretty methodically now towards middle because you've just heard that. So Leo's like, wait, hold on. Do I need to be a little worried about Jet here or am I good?
Yeah, as well. I mean, because Twiston showing that presence would almost imply that's the operator player. There's got to be somebody else, you know, setting up a crossfire, you know, ready to counter peek off that operator. So you're absolutely right. It runs the clock down for Guild. It gives them, you know, something extra to worry about. The spy cam over towards A main has just been popped. I saw it on the minimap there. Actually, all 5 members of Guild now drift back over towards A main. This trap wire across the information. Time rotating already. Twiston's found all this information through B main as well. So that's ready to greet your scene through the trap wire immediately.
That's dirty as well. That's a freebie. It looked like they were almost postured for a retake, but finding one for free like that, you'll take any day of the week. Now, the retake, though, that's where it gets tricky. Retaking with an op is always going to be hard. Taimu can just spam out hell. I don't think a player can really sit in here too easily. Let's see. Oh, you can see the chunk of damage just gets dealt, but they need to find that way back in. These post plants aren't going to be easy to dig out of position. It looks like APO is going to be the first one forward. Going to try and clear through. Isolates Bonka. Finds the fight on the second. No trade available. Hit finally falls into it. Now Leo, though, has been super clutch for this side. He might need to be again, though, cleared out. Has to swing on it. Oh, Twiston! Twiston, what is that? Safe just getting styled on. Twiston is just playing dirty right now.
Not your day, is it?
Did Twiston just jumping up Leo?
He's been watching the simple demos. He's like, right, so all I gotta do is jump off with 100% faith.
That was actually insane. Wow, but what a retake as well. Obviously the kill from Hip becoming a huge part of the play there for ENTROPIQ. Again, not really able to set up too comfortably. Once they know that somebody's that close in tree, and obviously anticipating somebody in heaven also, it really limits what options you have on a site. Now this round though, Guild looking very eager to go towards mid. Actually, Hip gonna find 2 kills off the back of that. Brings it back to a 3v3.
That was sick. All eyes on Taimu. Everyone's trying to spam it out, and Hip just swings in from short. So good. Now Taimu's gonna keep trying to keep this pressure. Oh my god, Hip again! That is a mid crunch. That is a straight up mid crunch. Safe now in a 1v2, but look with the spikes left. And they've got the line of sight down towards middle. They've pushed up here. Safe doesn't clear this. Safe surely doesn't clear the position he was just in. He can try and wrap back through this, try and pick up the spike, but wait, is timing gonna absolutely do them here? Did they not see the spike? What are they doing? What are they... Question marks.
I got the spike.
Yeah. They might just catch sight of him here, though, through... Did they see him? I think they did.
No,
they're not. They're looking elsewhere.
How have they let this happen?
30 seconds left.
But surely they should look and see the spike's gone now. They're going to know that he's moved away from mid.
I mean, they're checking the Cypher cam. They see nothing towards A right now. Checking it again, nothing. He's going to get a spike plant and a lot of time in the post plant.
If we can see what utility Safe has here, this
is
left.
Not terrible.
It's doable. He's got the alarm and a nano swarm left as well.
He doesn't know the amount of time he has, though, right? Like, we know that he's got a decent amount of time to readjust.
They're both going to come B main.
Ooh, this is a gamble, right?
Out of charges.
Okay. Safe now. Has to commit to one. Okay, now he knows at least one. See the turret? Did he see Cypher or did he see Breach? It doesn't matter. Now here they go. He's playing this so well. He's playing this so well. Safe now the 1v1.
No way.
Does he know where he is? Timing's everything! And Hip just saves the day! After that mad mid-play. I am amazed it got that far, but Hip does just about get the defuse in. No problem in the end, but let's roll that round back. There's so much to be talked about. One, the mid-crunch. Timing on the mad spam coming in, right? Sick stuff, keeps all their attention that way. The trade-out, they lose track of the spike somehow. Safe. The timing couldn't have been better. Goes around, collects it on the site, almost pulls off the 1v2.
Yeah, it's unfortunate there because obviously the flash comes through. As soon as he kills the Cypher there, I mean, he knows the fault line came through from exactly the same spot also. The Safe just maybe just misanticipating. Is that a word? Did I just make up a word? Misanticipate?
Yes, it's fake, but I believe you.
Sure, we'll sell it.
Sell it, yep.
We'll ship it. There was a point to make in there, but it's gone now. Long gone.
All right, look at this mad mid-play as well. As much as we're watching Jet when no one's over there and the mid-play has happened, you already have Raze taking perfect control towards deeper middle, forcing the players back. Hip there playing on the connector and you're going to have Omen trying to push out. So this is kind of the switcheroo, right? So the response to taking mid control is take the extremities. Now Safe should be watching for this, but Law's got a better angle, I feel, but doesn't quite hit the shot as cleanly as they'd like. But they're going to pressure this issue. Safe now, though, turns the flash and Bonkers there.
Oh my god.
Again! Guild holding on to these.
Yeah, I guess they're anticipating it was going to be... Oh, Timer taking a lot of damage as well. Fall all the way back off that angle, but... I guess maybe I'd say... Oh, Yassine finally shows his hand. Twisting going to spin back around on that one, find a kill onto him. Now find themselves in a 2v4 or 1v4 now. All of the control goes over to Guild, and finally it's the classic to shut it down. Yeah, I think maybe anticipating it's just Safe solo lurking there outside B main and maybe trying to isolate that kill as quickly as they did. I mean, I feel like Law kind of should have had that kill on the first peak, but ends up being for Bonkar and Safe to actually spin that around on his head and find 2 kills off the back of that push.
And normally, look, we are critical of ops coming out, but this has been a game changer, it looks like, for ENTROPIQ. It's definitely working well for them. You've seen, though, just feeds it. Feed the beast over here. Twistin happily going to pick that up, but now problems start to begin. Guild going to invest heftily into this one. They need a little bit more from this, and Twistin's found Draken. He is holding so well. That op is just raining down fire. Twistin is popping the hell off, pops the blades, but should have stuck with the op. And Bonker left Sage by his side and a lot of work in front, but there is a couple of tagged up players. They could still do some work here, but that spike positioning is a problem.
Yeah, a little bit of a problem. Bonkar and Leo now a massive task ahead of themselves. Or actually, both players have been noted here. You just see Entropiq looking back towards mid at least, but now all 4 players focused onto this side. Fault line going to come through, force them off that main angle. Yeah, Entropiq just need to hold line here. Don't give away any freebies here. 30 seconds now. Run the clock down as much as possible. No way.
Death is cold, friend.
Okay. Well, I guess I shouldn't have finished that sentence when I did. Because Guild just
30 seconds
took me
left.
forward that round.
A 2v4 and Bonkar gets 3 of them.
Cold, friend.
Excuse me?
You know how we said like some rounds on Haven just became really, really scrappy and weird and yeah.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah.
Okay, some of the players were low, they were lower HP, but to lose a 2v4, I generally say it errors have to have been made. You know, I don't feel, especially when you have the spike that deep in the site, they didn't even cross over to it.
Well, I mean,
Oh.
they know that they don't have any utility left, right? They've seen the wall go down. I'm assuming they saw some slows get sent out. It's just, yeah.
There we go. Looks like quite a quick land grab towards the kind of B halls here. Shock dart gets poured in. Don't see any damage really being done. Maybe a bit of chip damage, but not a lot. So the train continues to move towards middle, but already the Omen kind of preemptively gonna pop a little smoke down to that, but they're happy to go through. No worries there. Okay, just straight up switching it up. Back towards... What are they going for here? Are they just gonna post up the Cypher to see if they can catch a flank and then just lean back towards B? Maybe.
Again, Tristan ran up through a smoke deep in market. I guess maybe trying to bait a little mid peek out. They're going to pop the recon bolt in B main. No, it didn't look like it spotted anybody. So Entropiq want Guild to know that they're still showing presence in B main. Actually, Guild drifting away from this. You can see 3 over towards back market now. This is a weird pistol round, Lauren.
Yep.
This is weird.
Yep. Okay, so we've got the 3 play down middle for the defensive
30
side.
seconds left.
Okay, and it looks like Leo was about to back away from this kind of fallout. Now the site is theirs. Not necessarily for free. Leo's just going to spam away at head height and does find Twiston. Probably a scalp you'd want to claim at this point too. Now, Entropiq do get a spike plant. It is a weird round, but no matter which way you cut this, Entropiq are going to be in a decent enough position to try and hold this. Let's see if they can get a couple of kills, and they do. Taimu gets aggressive on this. Willing to sacrifice himself for the greater good, but now let's see if that greater good comes through. Hip now left in towards the 1v3, and the frenzy holds true. Safe on the playback in, and Guild start to kind of build into this half.
I like that though. The fact that they're obviously 4 members of Entropiq boxed into site. We talk about obviously post plant on B, how difficult it is to hold on to that if you haven't got B main control, you haven't got somebody on logs, you haven't got somebody holding down market door. So I like that Entropiq tried to get a little bit aggressive in that post plant scenario. I mean, it just so happened that Guild was stacked up so heavily before the plant even came in that they were well equipped to deal with that. But just weird. The way that Guild kind of responded off that information initially, stacking back over towards market, it almost left the door wide open for Entropiq.
Hope to wait. Let's see if Guild can build in. Let's see what damage Entropiq can do in this round, considering what they have to work with. It's not terrible. Taimu instantly taking short control. Now, there is going to be information relayed, of course, off the back of that Killjoy utility being set into motion. Twiston does get himself posted up here, but just on the other side, they want to maybe swing on this, try and isolate towards heaven. That's really well timed. Twiston, such a problem to handle, but Leo from above finds 2, spams away overwhelm, finally, but safe. Waiting patiently, and Taimu just nabs the spike, pops it in the pocket, and now is surrounded.
Nice little push there again. Twiston able to isolate that kill. Unfortunately, Leo picking up 2 swings it right back into Guild's favor. Now 9-5 the scoreline. Entropiq be back on there, or just sheriffs. So yeah, 2 sheriffs invested so far. Nobody really close to their ultimate either on the side of Guild. Safe having a good half, well, good start to the half at least. He's got his lockdown online already. I mean, he's having a good game. 16-6 here on Ascent.
Placing swarm grenade. Swarm grenade out.
9 to 5. Safe. Making the angle try and work for him, but you see... Where are these shots coming from? They fall back around. It looks like that entryway that maybe they feel they want to explore is towards B after the back of that pick. Leo is still there. The crossing mid might be jump spotted out. It looks like Bonkar will be trying to keep track of that, but they can try and sneak a little closer. Yeah, there we go. See if we can get the info. No, but some garnered.
This is sure here. ENTROPIQ lining up along the right side towards Pizza. I don't even sure if Bonkar's able to spot that. Actually looks like he will now. Again, Tristan going to dash up on the back of Bonkar using the owl drone, and he will find that kill once again.
Yeah, game on now. Pushing in now. The issue is Leo. Can they create some space? You're going to have Breach around the back. Though turns on a dime. Finds hit, but finds no more. And ENTROPIQ are making this pistol round work for them. Isolating that one player. Picking up that one pick has made so much room, but Twiston...
That's a big kill.
Maybe overstepping a little there, creating this now down to a 2v3. Bear in mind, the two do have superior weapons at this point. I don't think that ENTROPIQ will be able to pick up too many guns, but maybe they don't need them. Those sheriffs are looking so good. Draken with one. He needs two more, though. And the tight line being held by Taimu. And now time being a problem side of build. Taimu can just spam this away. Draken is in a spot of bother now. Going to try and go on the swing. Vandal to hand. The other Omen is low. Time again. Information being fed through Draken goes in. What a way to just turn this around from ENTROPIQ, finding every single fight. And I love how much they fought with intent. They got that first pick towards B. Okay, let's switch up the plan. Working down towards middle. The jump peeking coming out from Bonkar, I believe it was, kind of super deep in that. Didn't see them at all. Didn't see them enough to at least garner that full attention. He got caught kind of switching out the gun. Brilliant work from ENTROPIQ.
I mean, it's 2 rounds in a row now. Twiston's able to close the distance on Bonkar in particular. And it's off the back of that owl drone, just anticipating that position, hearing that audio cue, straight away he finds the kill. He's been having a blinder of a game here on Ascent. Now, ENTROPIQ again. Slower this time around again, maybe anticipating some aggression from Guild. And speaking of aggression, actually 2 players from Guild drifting out through A main. Safe gonna get himself very deep. Oh my god. Okay, Safe nearly found that kill off the back of the trap wire, but
now ENTROPIQ can fall into more of a standard piece. Simply leaning on the superior weapons. Gonna pop the ult. Twiston happy to offer himself up as the first. Waiting for that smoke to dissipate. They're not in a hurry here, but 37 seconds. And it is just Yassine on this side of the map. The Omen, Sage, the Sova, all on the other side. Now, he's seen enough.
30 seconds
Should
left.
know that this is where the site hit's coming to, and yeah, this looks like it's kind of wrapped up. Put a bow on it. Spike should be planted. No quick, cheeky little kills to be picked up on the way either. Draken, though, that sheriff can be pretty deadly in his hands, but doesn't get the chance to use it. Timey rips it out of them. And now, the remainders, as you can see, ghosts and bits and pieces. It's not enough to get excited about right now.
Revealing area.
this time around ENTROPIQ. Again, they do have full control of front sight. Nobody forced down. Play these scrappy angles. Yassine just going to hold for exits here. I guess actually it's best idea. Actually, ENTROPIQ anticipating this. They're going to push all the way towards defensive spawn. Bonkar going to be able to pick up some for himself, but
Player standing.
there you go. Timer and Law. And Yassine and Bonkar be our last man standing, so expect him to fall through the spike. Economy reset there. A nice round from ENTROPIQ again. again, we talk about kind of the characteristics of map 1 and it being very sloppy and both teams kind of showing a lack of discipline in some areas. That right there is a good example of how Entropiq have kind of garnered that control on rounds where Guild weren't afraid to just all out push a lobby on Haven, right? They haven't really got the same, I guess, capability to do so here on Ascent.
But we do see a nice gun round coming in, so both teams finally having a full purchase, at least for now. Alt economy. No one's overly flush compared to the other. Somewhat of your kind of standardized mid-take coming out from the attacking side. And Guild stacked up a little deeper on short this time. The players here, Twiston would be the one to receive the attention if he did continue that route. We'll wait and see if anyone takes the bait so he could swing on it, but as said, they're playing a little deeper this time.
Dalton going to come through. All right, actually, Rolling Thunder and a Paranoia exchange. Safe going to swing on the top of that. We'll get ahead of it and find Twiston. A little bit of a weird peek there into, I guess, knowing all that information.
Cover going out.
Does bring it to a 4v4 though. Yassine gonna finally get with the paint shields through the smoke.
They're on the site, but Draken's timing could be perfect on this. If he decides to be bold and be brave, he's gonna find one for free. Spots out another on the site, but now they need to work out where that cipher is. They have the numbers and the position. Let's see what those final two do. You can see Taimu tried to make the play towards Heaven. It didn't work out. Bonkar's found him, and yeah, not gonna happen this time for them. Guild very well prepared. That deeper stack towards short really worked out well, and I got a little worried when they allowed them to get to the the site itself, but no, they seemed fully in control of that.
Yeah, it was a little strange to be honest, and not to really see anybody prioritize holding onto that door. I mean, Hip, as soon as the spike comes down, I gotta say, there's no reason for him to be the one kind of walking back gen to peek Heaven, right? He's got a teammate in Hell. Right there, the imminent threat with that door not being closed is somebody walking back through tree. And again, with that exchange of utility on short, the Paranoia came through, so Draken's position should have been noted.
Should. Double digits now achieved, though. That's the scary prospect for Entropiq here. We said they had to throw a bit of a spanner in the works, but it looks like a quick play from Jet. Twiston trying to build off the back of that flash. Up and over. Ooh! Just catching the tail! But does see a little bit of info, but Twiston unable to capitalize on that ultimate, switching back out to the, I think it's just a Bucky in hand, and a Frenzy to the side, the dirty loadout, the filth loadout.
Okay. I was going to say no kill comes through, at least on the back of that early presence shown towards B main, but Draken find two over towards towers. I guess they line up for him there. Just full headshot comes through for him. Entropiq now trying to reset back over towards A lobby, it looks like. Good to get in. I mean, the turret's going to give away this information as soon as they walk through A main. It's going to be difficult for Entropiq to get anything done here, quite honest.
Let's see what they get building in this. They've been allowed site control, so they're going to take it. Build up their own doorway there. Pop it down. Okay,
left.
spike now planted. Let's see what they can get. This time around, Taimu looks like he's going to be given at least the fight towards Heaven. He's got support by him. Twiston's there. But Leo's found it. Oh, Leo's found both of them. Yeah. Devastating impact from Leo coming back through. I expected one, but maybe not the second. And Leo's going to find the third. So simple for Leo. And no problem. And I have to say it, as someone who I'm often critical of, because they are one of the bigger names that came across from Counter-Strike, is Draken. And yes, it's not a highlight performance, but the value of those kills has been essential. He's got 14 here, but they have been important kills. He's been gap filling. He's been finding that space to try and, navigate around anything Entropiq's trying to do. He's being a constant nuisance. So I'm glad to see a good performance from Draken here, just a safe pair of hands. But Leo, what a highlight this player has been today.
Yeah, and again, you can see early rounds, Safe and Draken, that double stack on short comes through because they have the lockdown, right? They can leave the turret watch in main. They know that they don't need to give away a kill. They just need to, I mean, they almost want Entropiq to plant in that scenario, right? And Leo perfectly positioned up in Heaven. As soon as that lockdown gets planted, two players forced off site. They try and get aggressive. Leo holds the line, as you said. Got a fantastic series, to be honest.
Turret out.
Yeah. Not just stat padding either. And it looks like there is a timeout coming in, unless I've lost the ability to count. Maybe I did. But maybe just a short one. Maybe ENTROPIQ trying to talk through their options, because I feel like they have hit, not necessarily a brick wall, but they've definitely stopped finding those ways in. They're not finding as much comfort as, you know, as before. So Taimu, kind of clear as they go. No threats found towards those B halls and going to re-aggress. And this looks like a bit more of a default. Bit of a B lean to it, of course, but you do have the jet towards top mid. You have that Cypher towards A. And of course, Breach kind of playing around middle as well in case they need it towards short. But they have progressed here and towards those B halls, starting that plan in motion.
Once again, a very similar look once again, to be honest, from ENTROPIQ on this round. You have 3 drift back towards. Actually, the one difference being here, no real presence over towards A main. On the side of Guild, again a double stack entry. That turret watching main once again. The switch up's going to be ENTROPIQ looking to push through market here, and it's a 3-man stack on the side of Guild. Taimu will pop the wall for his teammate. That paints it perfectly through the door of market. Will force a couple of players to reposition.
Oh, but Twiston back on the op. Bit of a game changer before. It created a big string of rounds, but a little bit trickier to make it operate on this side of the map traditionally. Now that could all be changed here. Let's see what they get up to. TP comes in, space to be garnered up towards heaven. Okay, Law's got enough of that. But you're right, safe could be the thorn in the side. He's going to buy time. That spike now dropped. He knows the information. He tries to buy more time. Down to about 10 seconds now. They may need to make a mad rush on it, but Taimu just trying to keep safety on the way. 7 seconds, spike to be planted. No one to deny it now. And now 2 players left to try and play this back in. And it's all on the main man, Leo, now in a 1v4. 2 players a little low. Gets 1, no chance on the second. Nicely done by ENTROPIQ on the adjustment there off the back of Law as well on that TP, securing safety towards heaven.
I love that. The pick comes through. They don't necessarily force the issue there. Try and, I guess, spot out some more utility from another player. Obviously, they already knew the paint shell comes through from Yassine, and that was noted over towards lane. Again, the wall being invested over on B site, it gives away a couple of clues. I love the reposition off the back of Law's TP, like you said. Clean round from ENTROPIQ. And again, you know, it's a big risk with Safe able to play a spot like that, go completely unchecked. It relies on discipline there. You have to run kind of a buddy system and clear as you go. A really, really nice pivot from ENTROPIQ.
All right, Leo. Trying to be more of an instigator, maybe. Even Leo having to double check, like, wait, he was shooting at me up there? Okay, that's a little sketchy. I guess he knows what I'm up to. This could be huge, and it is.
Oh,
Yassine with a belter, finds 2, backs away, job done. Next round, please. 3 now left for ENTROPIQ after being blown to smithereens.
That takes balls as well. Just such a, especially when Leo's popped up there and he's noted the information. Just no fear popping the showstopper.
Cover going out.
Finding, I mean, maximum values. You're finding 2 at that distance with the showstopper. Absolutely huge. ENTROPIQ, I'll be honest, hanging around to re-explore A main here.
Timing couldn't have been worse.
30 seconds left.
And now you can see great work from Yassine, just holding the close angle, keeping Twiston really neutered in what he could do. Super hard to make that up work as a shotgun, although he did manage to make some flying shots happen. Yassine! This is a sick round from Yassine, clearing the corners. He wants it. 10 seconds left. Let's see if he can get the clear. Oh, hip. The heartbreaker, but still, great round from Yassine. From start to finish, that was his round, and it gets them to 12. Not only is this map point, but it's match point.
And ENTROPIQ are going to be able to buy back into this one. I mean, everyone except for Hip, to be honest, doesn't even look like, actually, yeah, it's just going to be a ghost on the side of him. He's 1 away from his Rolling Thunder. Taimu does have the Hunter's Fury available. This is that showstopper once again. Especially if you're a Cypher and a Sova, you're like, yeah, okay, we're not getting away from this. We're literally not getting away from this.
No, sometimes you have to accept your fate. We got a switch up here? Is that Draken on the op? Okay. See how that looks. I mean, if they're straight in front, it doesn't go well. Bonkar's gone.
Wait.
Draken gets away with his life now, but feeling a little lonely. And as said, Draken has a window in which he operates very well with that gun in hand. But these guys are kind of straight on. Let's see how they fare if they do crest that corner. Safe can create a bit of a crossfire. It depends if he wants to garner the attention first and allow maybe Draken to get the pick, or which way they go for this. Now, bear in mind, ENTROPIQ, of course, don't necessarily have to go this way. But it would help. Let's see if Safe at least takes down the old owl drone. No, that'll be Draken showing. So Safe's going to be the one to kind of play in undercover, it feels here.
I like this, though. Again, anticipating the guild have the revive available. They want to take B main control. They want to prevent that ultimate being used here. Twiston actually going to double smoke himself in. So Recon will actually give away some information. Rolling Thunder invested onto site, but Twiston will go unnoted. The Bladestorm gets popped now. He's going to hop over the top. As for the right click through the smoke, won't find anything, but they get site control at least.
They're fighting hard for this one. Taimu's doing work towards Leo, being a nuisance from the back lines. Draken's been forced away. I like that approach coming in from the Jet on the other side, using those smokes to just keep that op away from kind of, I guess, optimal range. There was no way that they could try and make that work, and they have to kind of give this one up. This will force the save to come out, and that will be 9 on the board. I generally wait for double digits to hit, and, well, ENTROPIQ won't be far away from them, and they kept 4 standing in this, which is really quite impressive to me. I honestly thought it'd be more of a bloodbath, but poor old Safe kind of got left on an island there as soon as you saw, Draken have to readjust, go for that TP, get out of there. He couldn't stick around for much longer. There was no point. I mean, and then obviously Safe's left as just kind of, standing out like a sore thumb. So, a little unfortunate on it, but great take in the end from ENTROPIQ.
I think just thinking back as well, it's usually Leo showing a lot of early B main presence, which I guess is why you saw Twiston with a weird dash into B main. I guess that was also anticipating, the re-aggress from Guild coming out to try and secure that revive. But again, I love the decision making there, and just on the back of that one ultimate, it kind of forces ENTROPIQ's hand. They're like, yeah, we have to try and convert off this first blood. Again, if they bring it back to a 5v5, it kind of removes the risk for them.
All right, no mistakes can be made from ENTROPIQ now. Forced or unforced errors go out the window. It has to be perfect. Danger of being against a map point, match point. And the pause comes in. Not sure who this is from. It'll be interesting to find out. Maybe ENTROPIQ 1 or Guild just letting them sweat. Who knows at this point. But Draken on the AWP. I'd like to see him maybe try and get a little proactive with it. It's risky though. That's a hard part. It's hard to ask for them to be risky when you're this close to getting over the finish line. So we'll see what they opt for this time.
Topic spread very thin once again. Anticipating a B main push this time around on the side of Guild, and this is what I was talking about here. Yassine looks for it, doesn't see anything. Leo's going to throw the wall down, and it gives them a window to re-explore elsewhere. Oh. I was going to say, Draken almost catching decent timing on that smoke.
Just counter 3 and shoot.
I'm going to break the wall. Yeah. They're going to break the wall on B main, and that's going to actually give a lot of information across. It wasn't just one person shooting that wall. I think it was 2 or 3.
Okay, they've got info. They know at least the Jet was there. The Jet maintains position, but it's Taimu to fall.
Bonker.
Here we go. Now, got to look towards Draken in middle. If they go for this mid play, Draken will be the one to get the fight, but no, it looks like they're falling back away. Bonker on the adjustment, going to sit probably towards, a slow play towards short if they can get there. Draken clearing, but no one's there because they've lent back towards B. This opens up towards Raze and Sage, but the problem for Yassine is, I guess, that this is exactly where Draken was at last time. So if they check on this again, still knowing that Draken obviously has that op in play, be a little more vulnerable. Here we go though. Nice little paint shell, could bide some time. Pops down the Boombot 2 towards the left side. I'm going to follow it up here, try and capitalize on that Jet, but no. Twiston refuses to relent, up and over. Has a little bit of a peek, sees one. Oh, backs away but can't get away from Bonker. 10 seconds. Bonker tries to make the mad dash in, doesn't get it. And it looks like ENTROPIQ might have stuck the landing again. Bear in mind, there's still a chance of this. Draken and Safe. Safe's found a way forward. No one actively watching this deeper angle. Oh, maybe not as deep as he'd wanted on that. Safe now, going to look over towards the catwalk side instead. And again, so tricky to play back in with these ops. And they're not giving away anything. ENTROPIQ are really digging in deep here. They do not want to let this go for free. I think at this point, Guild are going to have to accept their fate. They're going to try and lock them in at least. But it ain't going to be easy. Draken's going to switch out as well. He's just going to throw that off away. And there we go. This is the scary part. They're going to at least cost them 1. Nothing else to be found here. So as it stands, ENTROPIQ make it to double digits. And it's been off that back of that very well coordinated B piece.
Again, I mean, I'll have to go back and watch that clip, but as soon as Guild hear all of that information, yes, Yassine's playing a good spot, but it's Twiston once again, throws down the double smokes, gets control over the switch. He's just able to kind of wreak havoc from there. Yassine comes back on to re-challenge. Unfortunately, loses that 1v1. At that point, I mean, it's ENTROPIQ. They just need to play the numbers advantage on site there. So, once again, on the minimap, it is Leo and Yassine to try and get a little bit of control of B main. ENTROPIQ this time around 3 strong over towards A lobby.
Careful.
Let's see. Pressure's starting to mount on ENTROPIQ. Leaning back towards that B side now. It worked before. And they do it again.
5 strong.
That's the thing, you sat there surely as Guild going, oh, they won't do this again. Yeah, they will. Yeah, they absolutely will. Wall's gone down. Here we go. Yassine's on the case and Leo is there. The lean comes out from the Sova as well. You can have 3 players ready this time on B, but does the landing still stick? Spamming away Yassine, desperate for some connection, but Twister just walks out.
What?
Gives him a little tap on the forehead, says, sit down, sunshine. We'll be back in a second. But no, this time around, it is just Twiston. Look at the adjustment this time. It's going over towards Draken. It's going over towards the Killjoy on towards A. They now know what's coming. Draken doing work, though. That's great work between him and Safe. Fighting to Leo catching Twiston. This could be the downfall. There's the res now, just looking at what's left. Hip still stands, but only for so long. What a shutdown from Guild.
That was fantastic. Draken still had his TP available.